All right, guys, episode 4, first of the Zoom. We've got Shane Hasler from back home, very close family friend and mate of mine from Albury-Wodonga. It's really going to hit home, this one, and it's going to show motivation, a journey through cancer, how much it affects your family, how strong of an individual you can be against all odds. He's an amazing man. He's someone that used to tell me, looked up to me, and now it's probably the other way around. He's very close to my heart. We talk all the time, and but leave all that aside, he's going to fucking blow your mind. From being a welder fabricator to go into e-commerce and just enjoying life, and how much you appreciate it and be grateful. So check it out, watch it now, and sit back and enjoy the ride.
After the cancer is when all the anxiety and everything came. I just thought I was going to die all the time. So it's like I just made peace with it as soon as I got told. But then as soon as I woke up, I was just like a mess pretty much.
That is the first thing that you've brought up as soon as we talk about your business, right? Now that, for me, is number one, right? And you don't always do the right thing, but it comes back to intent, right? If you're following your values, intent, we up all the time.
Even with all the anxiety and everything, I just hooked into boxing. 8 months later, I won the Victorian State Title. So that's amazing. Yeah, that year was awesome. So I won a heap of I won the Victorian State Title, the Australian Title, the Interstate Title, and I won the soccer grand final the year after I had cancer. So I was just like on top of the world, eh?
So everyone got Shane Hitman Hasler on. We've known each other a long time. We both come from our hometowns of Albury-Wodonga and country regional Victoria. Long-standing friends. We've had a bit of a journey up and down. I think Hass was a bit younger than me, and then he used to probably look up at me and follow me, and I moved away. And I think something we touched on the other week is that it's probably the other way around now. He's a mad fitness, discipline, all that kind of stuff, which we're about to find out about. Just to go back and give Shane a bit of a brief. So the journey, it's all about the roadblocks, the risks we take to get around them, and the resilience we build to this day. So we've all got a book. We've got heaps of chapters, and it's about peeling the skin back and probably going back over the journey and just seeing where we are today as present, where we're heading in the future, and where we've been. And it's and I'm pretty pumped. And there's a huge lineup coming up. This is our 4th or 5th one. The guys, the marketing team won't let me launch until we get, I think, 8 under the belt, or 6 to 8. Mitch is telling me, so I got to do as I'm told. And yeah, I'm fucking pumped. So anyway, welcome, Hass.
What an intro.
That's not the best one I've done, and I'm winging it, I tell you. So just quickly, just before we go into it, you're gonna find I'm gonna stop and ask you questions and stuff like that. I think I'm pretty good at going back over things, but man, we'll do that. I'll make it obvious. But if you need to go to the toilet, you need to do anything, go and do it. The other thing is, guys, I just put this up. It's getting fitted out by Adrian Distinguished tomorrow, but I really wanted to at least lay it there because, as you'll see, each podcast is getting better and better. I've still got the makeshift shirt with a sticker on it, so they'll get sorted. And there's a big sign coming by Mike from Signorama, and he's actually getting on the podcast in the next week or two. It's going to be epic. How good?
Unreal.
How good?
How good?
So just quickly on the how good, Shane. As long as I've known that now, especially when his life's turned over the last couple of years, every time I speak to him at the start and the finish, it's always how good. So he's got me saying it, and I'm actually saying it heaps on the west. So he's like the east, how good, and I'm the west. But anyway, welcome, Hass. Tell us a bit about yourself. Where you at as of today? How do you feel?
Yeah, feel better than I ever have before. I'm 35, but obviously, I had a few life-changing events a few years ago, and now here we are today. But that just led me on a path to change a heap of stuff and work on myself, and
awesome.
How good.
So before we get into business and all that, man, I want to go back a bit. But one thing I want to ask you, the most important thing in your life, and a close little friend of mine, Lacey, how is she?
Yeah, good as.
Yeah, a little meathead, eh?
Yeah, goes back to school Friday, so she's proper meathead. I always say to people, you understand once you meet her.
She's awesome.
100%.
So I talk about like how Hass has had a big influence on me the last couple of years, going through a roller coaster, and his relationship with his daughter's second to none. And we've talked about it heaps. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's taken not take a lot to build that up, but just for Hass to find his spot after, separation and whatever. I won't go into that. That's up to you, Hass. But the relationship he's got with Lace, and she's a little weapon. She's so resilient. She fit. She does everything with Dad, and they go on adventures together. And just that time, it's pretty amazing. Let's go back. Let's start with your boxing. Tell us where'd you start with the boxing, dude? Let's go there, and then we'll go back if we need.
So started when we were 14. Dad made us do it. He wanted to get into it himself, so he sort of pushed us into it, and it was non-negotiable. And then it was just we just had to stick with it. But the start of my boxing career was terrible because I had cancer.
Yep.
So I couldn't actually box. I used to always train, and then I'd vomit, and
Yep.
I just couldn't do it.
So just let me hit you up there. So you were 14, and had you ever boxed before?
Nah, never.
So dad made you get into it. When did the cancer kick in, dude? These are the roadblocks, right?
Yeah. So I had that I was born with it. So I was born with a genetic defect that I got off Dad. And I'm not sure when the tumour started growing, but I didn't discover it till I was 23.
Oh, wow. So you didn't know when you first started boxing?
Nah, I didn't even know why. Because even playing soccer and that, I used to just blow up and then I'd just start spewing and I'd have to lay down for a minute and then I'd be good to go again. So
when you were boxing 14, so you stayed boxing then, did you? Or did you stop and start? Or
yeah, stop and start. And then, I was playing up a bit as a young fella, so that kept me out of the gym for a bit. But
yep. So when you're boxing or playing soccer, football, depends if you're European or Aussie, and you were like spewing up and that would have been a huge hurdle. Most people don't go to the gym when it's cold or they're too tired. Never alone trying to, like, I know it'd be like trying to get my 11-year-old in there. But so what made you, get back into it and stay consistent? Is your dad kicking you? Or
yeah,
yep.
It was like I said, it was non-negotiable. So you just had to go to the gym, and then you end up loving it anyway. Once I got through the cancer, I went back because I loved it so much, and I could just never do it. And then once they told me that I'd be able to, you found out why I kept spewing and stuff. It was because of the cancer, and I was overloading on adrenaline.
Oh, wow.
And then, they said I was lucky I didn't have a stroke while I was training. So, but once I went back to it, it was just awesome. I could actually do it. And I was just like, how good.
So we'll get to that moment you found out in a bit, but just from 14, say, to 18, 19, 20, right? So they're pretty key years. Would have probably been like most young lads, and speak from myself as well, up and down, on and off, working, then play up a bit, but train, bit of fitness. So how much did that, going back to the boxing and your dad making you go back, you would have probably called him a few names back then, but how much do you reflect now and appreciate the push and it would have built the resilience now?
Yeah, 100%. It was all built then. And at the time, you're right. You're like, that was real hard, I say, but now you think how I've used all that resilience and everything we built in those years through life.
Oh, that's good. So 14. So when did you commit, you reckon?
To boxing full time?
Yeah.
A bit after. I was pretty serious, like training all the time, but like I said, cancer held me back a lot. So after I had surgery and got rid of me kidney and all my cancer and that, I was full steam ahead.
Is that at 21, was it?
23. So from about 24 till I only stopped. Yeah, I reckon I was still training for a fight last year. So I haven't stopped training since. It's been awesome.
Yeah, I see that, mate. You've training, if not twice a day, which is absolutely amazing. So with the cancer thing, how long did that go on for, man? And like, how much of that, set you back and buckle you, even though it probably made you who you are today? But like at the time, like obviously it's not just you either. It's your family, your partner. It's like mum, dad, your siblings. What was the impact like?
Yeah, it was pretty big. I think until we got actually diagnosed, it was pretty ignorant. Like, didn't think anything. I just thought, I spew when I train. And there's a couple of times when I was younger, I ended up in hospital with real bad pains in my back.
Yep.
And they pumped me full of morphine and sent me home the next day, and we never thought anything of it. And then, the last time was really bad. It dropped me in the shower, and then we went to hospital and they had done a heap of testing and they found the tumours and that. So, but the impact was huge. I remember Mum and Roxy at the time, she was crying and everyone, it's pretty full on. Especially when they do that final meeting, they got to tell you all the things that can go wrong.
And just for clarity, Roxy's your ex-wife, obviously mum of your kids.
Yeah.
Of Lace. And so before 14, mate, let's just dive back there a little bit, if you don't mind. So where were you born? I actually don't know.
I was born in Campbelltown in Sydney and then grew up in Queensland. But honestly, I can't speak too much of it because I don't remember any of it.
Is that the
I don't know
boxing or is
why.
that just because you're so young?
I'm not sure, or if it's just a complete mental block. I can't remember anything before we moved to Victoria.
What year was that? Like, how old were you when you moved to Victoria?
Yeah, about 12, I reckon. 11 or
Yeah.
12. So,
Yeah, nice. I'm
weird,
guessing you
eh?
had glimpses and all that kind of stuff, but your predominant part of your world, especially with the boxing and being sick, that would have taken all your focus and everything for the next, 10 years, obviously from little
Yeah.
12.
I think being sick was a big one, especially after before it, I was like, "Oh, well, it is what it is." I pretty much prepared myself to die. So,
Wow.
after the meeting with the doctor, because he's like, "We're gonna operate on you next week," I was pretty much like, "Well, we've got a week to live." So we all met up at Wallen, and I just said, "Oh, well, no point crying about it. Let's just enjoy the last week." I didn't wanna tell anyone, which I thought yeah, I just didn't want anyone to feel sorry for me or anything. I just went, "Oh, well, we'll just get it done."
So
But
so
all the
just on that
yeah,
quickly, just that comment there, right? Like, oh, you know what? Most of us would probably do that, right? Because you don't want the pity, you don't want all that. But now you reflect back on it, dude. How significant is that? And what would you say to someone else if they're in a similar position, whether it's cancer or sickness or anything else? What would you say now?
I'd do the same thing right now
Would you?
for sure. Yeah, because I don't know. I feel like I didn't want everyone blowing me up saying, like, "Poor me," or not that I think they would have, but
What about like talking about it? Obviously helps other people. I think that's kind of where I was thinking, right? Like,
yeah,
you're pretty boisterous now. You're getting out there. You're doing a lot of content and a lot of health. I just think it's different when you're a bit younger. But when you're a bit older, I think conversations change also.
yeah,
Um,
100%.
Me as a close mate, I'd want to know, and vice versa. I'd be ringing you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Nan and Pop were pretty off me because I told Mum not to tell them either.
Oh, did you? They weren't happy.
No, they weren't happy at all. I didn't tell anyone, so it's just, like,
So
pretty full on, but
as a parent now, like, you reflect back on mum and dad, it must have been really hard for mum and dad, right? Like,
oh,
and
bro,
you're a dad.
my childhood would've been bad for Mum and Dad.
Never
I
learned that.
always look back now as a kid and I'm like, "Oh, poor Mum."
Yep.
All the
So,
things she would've
have
had to
have
put up
we
with and
can we throw a story or two in there with you and Matt? What do you got in there, the childhood? Come on.
oh, I was just a little turd pretty much, and especially when I was between 17 and 22, I was pretty bad on, like, party drugs and stuff like
Yep.
that, so,
Yep.
yeah, I was pretty lost cause, and Mum was like I'm sure she would've had heaps of sleepless nights wondering what I was doing.
Poor mum. I bet you she's really happy with you now and proud though,
Yeah,
like, where
stoked,
you
so,
are now and Lace and,
yeah, and I'm real
making
close with my
mistakes.
parents now, which I love, eh?
Yep.
So we do everything that Mum's helped me with all my business stuff, and, yeah, she's
Lucky
right
you.
involved, so, yeah.
So once again, do you think, you get mature and getting older, and I know this from my own experience, but we're about an 8 years difference, but like reflecting back on what you went through with your mum, but do you think your mum reflects on the roller coaster you went through? Like we've all been kids, right? Or teenagers or young adults. It must be pretty special to them too, now being really close with you and seeing you on a wicked journey at 35. And just every decision you make, and I've been talking about this lately, I'm only doing what moves the needle in the right way. And you've been doing that for the last year or two, man, like a lot. And me and you talk about this offline a fair bit when we can, like moving that needle. Like your mum and dad must look at it now and go, proud, you know?
Yeah, 100%. And stoked, and it's a great feeling for me to be able to see it or even feel it and have them say it to me, so, yeah. I feel like first time in my life, I'm on the right track or I'm doing all the right things and I actually feel pretty comfortable in my own skin and pretty awesome, eh?
Well, once again, the point of this podcast is like, it's not just about now. It doesn't just happen overnight, though, dude. So all them decisions and you slowly evolve, improve, whatever you want to call it, mature, grow up. Like you went through some hard shit, right? And we only know what we know also. And then obviously like you get to 21 and then that next couple of years was pretty brutal for you. And like a lot of it's willpower and hope and belief. And like I think you probably believe that stuff a lot more than you probably did when you were 21. But deep
Yeah,
down, mate, the resilience and the determination is probably a big piece of what got you through, I'm guessing. And that hopefully now, and I hope the same for my kids, that pays into being a role model, right? And I think me and you've talked about this offline, like that role model piece. And, we're far from perfect and we're fucked up and been on and off, but it's like about moving that needle in the right direction. A big part of that is being a parent. And it's really good seeing you do that. And I think you must think about that a lot now and be proud of yourself.
yeah, 100%. Super proud of me. And even just moving the needle in the right direction. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good.
We're constantly learning, hey, and evolving.
Yeah. And like you said, not being perfect and being a role model, but I feel like you had to go through all that to get to this stage to be
That's
a
the
good
resilient
role
bit,
model,
right?
you know what I mean? Then you
So
can just give all your experience to people who are at that age or going through the same thing.
So watching you know, jump out of your skin at the moment, out of your comfort zone the last 6 to 12 months with the e-commerce business, which we'll get to, it's like everyone tries to prep for it. We've all done it. You spend months and all that kind of stuff. But I think you've just clicked light bulb moment. Just start, because there's no
Yeah.
answer. There's no black and white answer to all this, right?
Yeah.
And people want to learn off people. Like, I'm learning off you. You know, we always talked about it being the other way, and it's like, man, I'm in a different spot now, and it's like that inspiration, the motivation. Like, you're probably one of the most disciplined fitness guys that I know, that looks after himself and all that. And you've actually raised the bar. Like,
Yeah.
mate, there's
I
not
don't
many
know how.
people that determined, and it's epic. It is epic.
Yeah.
So just go back to the roadblocks, right? So you've obviously highlighted a couple there, which is unbelievable. There's been huge risk. You know, you said you thought you had a week to live. That there is a big part of how thick-skinned you are these days, right? And about moving the needle forward and being a glass half full, not empty. Like, when you go through that stuff, and I haven't, and then to that depth, you must look at life constantly positive after that. Yeah.
Not really. So
Okay.
after the cancer is when all the anxiety and everything came. I just thought I was going to die all the
Oh,
time. It
yeah.
was
Okay, I get you.
so it's like I just made peace with it as soon as I got told. But then as soon as
Yep.
I woke up, I was just like a mess pretty much. So,
Yep.
and yeah, I just always used to think I was dying or any sort of sickness or anything. I thought the cancer was back, and I got checkups for 10 years and nothing grew, nothing come back. But even still, I have thoughts that maybe I should get
Wow,
checked
mate.
up.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
your
haven't
own
been checked up for a
personal.
couple of years.
So that's your personal trauma and thoughts, and because you went through that journey, you know, it sits with you, obviously, and that's our mind,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
So you've got them challenges, right? Them roadblocks, and then, like, what gets you through them? I'm guessing we go back to the boxing piece from after you're 23 there onwards. So talk your determination then and your training and where
Yeah.
you ended up and your outcome.
Yeah. So determined after it. Even with all the anxiety and everything, I just hooked into boxing. 8 months later, I won the Victorian State Title. So that's amazing. Yeah,
How
that year
good?
was awesome. So I won a heap of I won the Victorian State Title, the Australian Title, the Interstate Title, and I won the soccer grand final the year after I had cancer. So I was
Woohoo!
just like on top of the world, eh? And then the boxing just kept going, and then we turned pro, and then yeah, it's just an unreal run, eh? It was awesome, especially even just doing it with dad as well. So and
Yep.
my brother was in the corner as well, so it was just like a family tight-knit thing. It was
How
unreal.
good?
So good. Some of the best
Unreal.
memories of my life, hey?
That is so good. Even the smile on your face now when you're telling me about it, it's fucking epic.
Yeah.
How
Brings
good?
back so many good memories.
Yeah. And just once again, you got through that hard time, so there was this big positive out of it, right? And
Yeah.
it all comes from here. Everything's mindset, right? It's the most powerful thing, and it can make us be all that, or it can be the most powerful thing, negative. So it's up to us how we wake up in the morning. So you must have
Yeah,
been
love that.
like then your anxiety must have been high back then, right? So that probably saved you, from a mental health point, or going sticking your head in the sand, like going and boxing and having a goal and a purpose, and then winning, and then continuing. That must have kept you going.
Definitely kept me going. It was even just a purpose thing, purpose driven. So it was just like for those 8 or 9 years where I was boxing, it was just all about boxing and just gave me great purpose.
So tell us a couple of highlights of your boxing career, and where'd you end up in the end?
We ended up injured and not fighting, but the last one we trained for, the guy come in and weighed 6 kilos overweight, so we didn't take the fight. And then,
What
yeah,
about before that?
yeah, before that, so like I said, won all those the New South Wales, interstate, Australian titles in the amateurs, and then turned pro. And then we went 3-0 as a pro. Once we knocked out a few people, it was pretty hard to get fights, eh?
Yep.
And we were getting offered some pretty stupid fights, like some were over 20 pro fights in. So we obviously said no to all them, but
Yep. What's
it didn't eventuate how I thought it was gonna.
what was the last year that you boxed like pro?
2017 was the last one I fought in, and then
Yep.
18, 19 trained for fights that didn't go ahead.
Yep.
And then we had COVID.
So about 8-9 years ago, was it?
Yeah.
The last one. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then COVID. Because I remember talking to you about back then, even like talking about coming over here. Would have been cool if you did.
Yeah, 100%. And I
You
just
still can. I got 40-something-year-old mate still jumping in the ring.
Yeah, I still love it. We trained for one last year, the end of last year. It was December 13th. It was meant to go ahead, but they couldn't get me a match.
So,
But yeah,
and
even
you're
just
still aiming for it?
Yeah, 100%. And you just got to enjoy the journey. I love sparring. I love having those anxious, nervous feelings before sparring, eh? I was sparring this big cruiserweight up here, and he hits like a freight train. So every sparring session, I was just like,
Yep.
yeah, good.
It's hard, eh?
Hits so hard. Every punch
But-
is bone shattering.
So off the back of that, then obviously you can't stop this, right? It's why you train so hard. It's why you're one in a million. I follow you every day. You're ice bathing every day, all that. Tell us what your day looks like today. And it comes off the back of all this, right? This is why I love these chats, because it all adds up. It all makes sense, and it's going to project you where you're going.
So today I just got up. I ran 8.5 Ks up and down the hills behind Mum and Dad's house.
Yep.
And then, straight in the ice bath. And then we had a bit of running around to do. I went and bought a few shirts, got the shirt made up for the potty.
Nice, love
And
it.
then after this, I'm just going to be studying heaps of content for this in DVR. And then, I'll be making content as well. And then back to boxing tonight.
Yeah, nice. So are you training every day or?
Yeah, I've just got back into it because I had surgery at the end of last year for me double hernia.
Yep.
And then, so I've only just started back. I've been doing little bits, like I've been going a lot of walking, a lot of on the stepper at the gym just to try and keep things turning over. But back into it full steam this week, which has been awesome.
Nice. I'm going to add the boxing in, and you're probably a bit of inspiration for it. Mine's more the fitness and just the speed. Not drinking now, being clean eating. I got my glucose down with no meds down to where it should be.
Yeah, good.
I haven't had it like that. I haven't been under 10 in over a year, and now I'm at 5, 6 every day, just fats, protein, and a tiny bit of carbs. So there are a couple of things, and this is probably because of you bastard. So a couple of things is I'm going to go boxing once or twice a week on top of the 3-4 times at the gym. And then I just spoke to a mate that opened up a recovery and fitness lab in Netherlands. He's got an ice bath and sauna and a sunbed. And I'm like, mate, one of my goals this year is to get in a fucking ice bath because I can't let Hasler beat me. And get in there a couple of times a week or every day. So I'm gonna go do that. But I have been a last year when I tried to do it. So you'll have to
a lot of people are.
My ankle, no. So anyway, it's an excuse. So yeah, mate, keep it up. It's awesome. So I'll keep following it. Now talk to us. Before you go into the business, what's your other job? Because
I'm a boiler maker by trade. So boiler by trade, and I just subby around at the moment welding gas and steam pipe.
So you're going away a bit, drive in, drive out from home.
Yeah, all over Victoria. But I'm doing week on, week off because I got meat ed for 50% of the time. So I've just set work up around that. So I'm not worried about people picking her up or dropping her off. I've just got full dad week, and then I've got full work week.
How good, man. How good. And is it all, don't have to answer this, is it all good? You and Rox like communicating with the lace and all that kind of stuff? 50-50?
Yeah, 100%. It's all settled down now. Been nearly 2 years now. So, but I choose to sort of go no contact.
Yep.
It's just how I prefer, and I prefer to live separate lives.
Yep.
For me and her. So we're not really involved in each other's lives, and that's how I sort of set it up.
Oh, good, mate. Mate, it's different for everyone. I'm a bit similar to you, actually. It's been 2 years nearly.
Yeah.
And in April, and I think it keeps it a bit cleaner. And it's not because of them or because of me, or it's just, every relationship's different. And it's really good that you find that ground. But let me ask you something, right? Something I've learned recently. I remember last Jan, Feb, I come back into the business more than I was after separation, and I thought I was on. Now, I can tell you now, I was 20% of where I'm on today. So it takes a lot longer, all that stuff. And I think you got to give yourself time and understand the emotional, all the avenues and variables when you separate from kids, and then you've still got your career, your business, whatever it may be. It does take longer than you think, doesn't it? And most of it's here, your nervous system and your mind and your heart. Yeah, it's a roller coaster, man. Like, what's your take on that?
A lot of people use distractions to put up with it or get through it. But I think once you eliminate all your distractions and you actually sit in your feelings and work out what's actually going on.
Lean in.
You get a lot further than what you think. But it's definitely tough, man. And you just got to give yourself time, because there's been plenty of times where I've thought, this isn't going to bother me, and it fucking bothers me, eh?
Which usually the moment you do say that.
What's that?
It's usually the moment you do say that, you go, oh, no, I'm all good with it now. And next minute, boom.
Bang. You're like,
You're back in the ring.
Yeah. I don't know.
With
It's definitely,
yourself.
it's all just pain, isn't it? It all just hurt, and took me so long to just accept it and
Yep.
move on, you know what I mean?
And you know, you talk like alcohol and everything else, and when you go through the journey, and it's all coping mechanisms, you know, it's like, and what I learned with my life coach and a few other things, and me and you have discussed this, it's getting rid of the feeling. It's all feeling. So that's why you got to sit in it and become more resilient to it. But if you
Yeah.
just get a coping mechanism and dodge it and go around the, you know, the roadblock, the feeling, the whatever it is, you don't actually do the deep work on yourself. Now, the moment you put your hand up with the, be vulnerable and accountable and go, hey, I've got to sit in this, and like the amount of nights, and I know you have as well, me and you have actually rang each other late at night. The moment you sit there and you sit in it, and you know, you could be there by yourself, lonely at home, but you sit in it and you deal with it, all of a sudden you got this little 1% the next day that you're better. And that's why it
Yeah.
takes the time, I think, dude. There's no light switch for this.
Nah, definitely not. And yeah, definitely sitting in it, eh?
Yep.
Definitely hard.
It's hard at the time.
It's so hard at times, so uncomfortable. And
I'd
even
rather
just
get punched in the head by you than some of the nights I've sat there by myself.
but I think the accountability thing you talk about is massive. You just gotta own your own and just
Yep.
be completely honest with yourself. That's where it comes, like where it starts, I reckon. And then you can actually figure out what's really going on. And yeah, I think
So just on that, right? And I talk about this a bit, and I always thought I self-reflected a lot, but I self-reflect more now than ever, right? And the thing is, if you're to someone else, you're like, oh, it's their fault or something else. You're actually lying to yourself first, because
yeah,
we can, right? No one can call us out unless we say something verbally. So when you're to yourself, what happens? You're skimming over it all, and you're not digging deep and going, I'm going to own it. And then, you know, you reflect back on our kids and all that. They feel it. It's like, own it. And the moment you own it, it's like anything. You could go crash your car. The moment you own it and say it out loud, no one can say anything, man.
that's it, eh?
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah,
if you hide it, everyone can say anything, judge all that. The moment you call yourself out, it's like, and next.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
So good. All right. Cool. So the last couple of years you've been talking about you want to do your own thing, and me and you had this chat a few times when I was back home a couple of years ago, and you were trying to work it out. Now, how was that journey? Because you obviously in Divier you did get to there yet, but you spent a lot of time, which most of us do, for 12 months researching and going, what am I going to do? And you don't know what you don't know, and I can tell you what I think and everyone else, but you just got to do it yourself. Now, how'd that first 12 months go, working out what you want to do?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I was sort of just jumping from thing to thing, trying to work out what to do and then how to do it. And I tried a few different courses and stuff, but a lot of them were real scammy. And I don't want to scam anyone. I want to sort of, have a clear conscience and obviously go to bed, sleep well.
Yep, man of
But
integrity.
yeah, 100%. I want a quality product. But I think my thought process changed about because I could only work half the time. So I had to work out how to make money at home. So that was the first sort of thought. And then I started looking at different things. And then I was just sort of wondering how everyone else done it and what they do. And I've settled on e-commerce because, a lot of the calls I went through sort of do like a questionnaire and what's the best setup for you. And a lot of them come back with the e-commerce. So
I reckon it's a good start, dude, the e-commerce. Like, I didn't do that, but I understand watching you now how handy it is, because most things about content now, right? And providing
yeah,
value. Now, the key thing you just said before, which I love, and I lose money on this, I lose clients over it, I win clients, one thing I really believe in, and it's taught me even more 8 years in the last couple of years, is the whole culture piece, and follow your values. Now, you just, treaded around the whole integrity piece, right? And morals and sleeping well at night. Now, that is the first thing that you've brought up as soon as we talk about your business, right? Now, that for me is number one, right? And you don't always do the right thing, but it comes back to intent, right? If you're following your values, intent, we up all the time. Like, me and Mitch talk about this a fair bit, and he's new to the business thing the last couple of years, few years, and we love chatting about this. But that integrity piece and the culture and what you put out is what you get back, and it takes time, right? So
yeah,
when you're not ego or money driven, the money comes with it over time, right? But if you're there to give your values and what you got, your energy, and that to clients or to the people around you, you'll always succeed, right?
100%. I reckon you got to stand on your values and your morals and everything. And yeah,
how's business? Like, tell us about the launch, tell us about the wind up to it, the exciting bit, the honeymoon stage, then it all dies down because you don't get sales. Like, this is the common,
Yeah.
entrepreneur stuff. Talk to me about it.
Bro, it's been unreal. It's something, yeah. From the even just the studying the course, getting the products, speaking to manufacturers, like securing a manufacturer, getting them shipped to Australia, then rocking up at the house. Like, it's just been absolutely unreal. And then we launched. We didn't do like a marketing coach that I got sort of she just said, we're just going to turn it on and then start posting videos. So I didn't actually do like a soft launch I
Yep.
didn't have a build up or anything. We just went straight live. And then, we've actually changed marketing coaches since, and the new one's been unreal. So we've just gone,
Yep.
yeah, but it's just learning about content and then discovering your customer avatar through the content and what works and what makes your sales. But I think first I just wanted a quality product, and then I just wanted to do it all, with integrity, do the right thing. Even just like they wanted me to put fake reviews on the website, which I refused to do.
Yep.
So I
Good
just
on you.
thought, I didn't want to be lying to anyone, or I'd hate the idea of someone buying a product because of the fake reviews.
Good on
Yeah,
you,
but
man.
it's
That's
been,
integrity through and through at your own
but
detriment.
absolutely unreal. Even we've had a heap of content days, and I've had friends and people help out, and it's just the best time,
Yep.
So I sort of get lost in it all, where it's not like actually work.
If you
Bloody
enjoy
awesome,
what you do, never work a day in your life,
Yeah.
is what they say.
And it's so foreign to everything. Like, I never used to use ChatGPT or anything online. I used to just doom scroll Instagram. And then it's like, so now it's just like a whole different world to me. And there's always different avenues you can go or more research you can do. So it keeps me pretty busy,
See, a couple of things, right? The market drives everything. You can have the best product in the world, but if no one's buying it, so there's that piece. But me sitting back watching you be in the infancy stage in the beginning, like last 12 months launching and all that, what I'm excited for is where you're going to be in 5 years, because it just shifts. It just shifts, and it's so cool because you don't know what you don't know, and I can send you heaps of stuff, or the guy down the road, or other people that you know. But when you work your own shit out and you're determined and you love it and you enjoy it, it's like, where you're going to be in 5 years. That's the cool.
Yeah, good. It pumps you up just talking about it.
Oh, I fucking love it. And something you messaged me the other day, and this here is, I thought I got this bit right, but you messaged me the other day, and I've learnt this now in the last month for the third, fourth time level, is, hey man, I'm struggling, and I'm challenged a bit by hanging out or talking with people, because I'm just growing and I'm just focusing on my thing. And obviously it's harder to find like-minded people. The whole, when you start to grow or you shift or you be accountable, vulnerable, you'll outgrow some people and you'll let go of some people, and not in bad intent or anything. It's just natural. There is so much truth in that. And man, like the last 2 years, that's been significant for me. But even the last 6 months, it just resonates. And you text me, I think it was about 3 weeks ago, I think you said to me, and you go, it's a bit different now. And that's when we're talking about, maybe we do a weekly catch up online just to do with business and bounce off each other, because, we're in different spaces. But tell us a bit more about that and your journey, man, and what you're realizing. And when the light bulb moment was, let it be that. Like, because what we do at the beginning, I believe, is we try and hold on, but really we just got to do our own journey, right?
100%. And I definitely, something I struggle with, especially over the Christmas break, when obviously lifestyles don't align, or they're just doing different things, or a lot of people are partying and stuff. And I just sort of lock myself away. And I want to stay focused on the business. But even like different lifestyles, the clean eating, the gym, like, I think I've just gone to a whole nother level. And I think I've gone to a whole nother mindset as well. And it just, like, it's hard to communicate with different people.
How good? How good?
It's so good. But it's just like, I guess I got to find they're going to come, but you're just in that floating stage, where you sort of don't resonate with those people. You haven't found your new people yet. And you sort of go,
there's a clip that keeps popping up my phone. No doubt you've seen it, but I've actually saved it. I'm going to send it to you. It's about being in the middle. It's about being in the middle, right? And it's like, you're not in the space yet for the new circles, which are usually smaller, but you've let go of the old circles. So it's really hard. And the moment you go, it's okay to be in that spot, that's the bit, because we fight it. And it's like, fuck,
100%.
I got no cert. Like, and what I've learned, right? And this is why I probably, you work hard 10, 15 hours a day, and where you're growing up and all the drive, is because you're trying to prove a point, avoid, and there's a lot of drivers in us, right? And what I learned, and I went and done, a couple of psychedelic things and learned about that out, whoop, whoop. And it's about loving to be in your own space. Now, this is something I spend more and more time on trying to understand. And once again, the last month or two, I've gone even deeper with it. But it's like I'm really, really becoming comfortable in my own space. So when you do that and you back yourself and you're pumped and you're moving the needle, everyone else.
Yeah.
And it's no judgment or anything. It's my own stuff, letting go, and whatever the is going to happen is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think you're in that. We're similar. We're close,
Yeah.
right? And you're raising the bar. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely not a judgment thing. I think a lot of people, I've had a few people say, "Oh, you think you're better, rah, rah," but it's never. I'm in my own lane 100%, and I'm just tooting my own horn because it's like, how good.
So when people say that, right, it's like, oh, why you do this, why you do that? It's usually a reflection of them. I actually
Yeah,
feel sorry for
100%.
them when they're like that because I'm like, I'm just doing me. You, no judgment. I love everyone, right? And it's like you do
Yeah.
your decision because it's your journey. They're the things wherever you're at in life, that's going to teach you.
Yeah.
Wicked,
100%.
man.
It's definitely a reflection on them because that's how they see me. It's never me saying anything about it. It's just like
Yep.
they look at me and just think, yeah. Like I said, from where I come from, man, when I broke up with Roxy, bro, I was down and out, like proper down and out. Like that broke me to a point where, and I never ever let on about it. And now I talk about it like it's, a bit of a laugh about it. But
Because you're
man,
comfortable, man. Because you're comfortable in
yeah,
your decisions. And
100%.
I talked. You might, I've spoke to you when you were through your hard times because we're actually very similar. About 2 years, right? I think you split
Yeah.
just before me, but and we've talked through the hard times. But there's never like it's never like throwing stones, and I'm not like that. Like my ex-wife's a beautiful woman, man. Like she's probably one
Yeah.
of the most innocent, best women I ever met. Do we see eye to eye now? No. Did we end up staying together? No. Broke apart, disconnected, whatever. But she's a beautiful mum. I'm very lucky to have her. But it's like, is there things I could throw stones about? Yep. But what am I doing then? Reflecting on my own. It's me.
Yeah, 100%.
So instead of that, I'm like, it, let's move forward. The reason I left the house was for her to be happy and me be happy. Like we're humans, right? We're in our 40s
Yeah.
now. Mate, same as you guys in the end. I talk to you and it's like, life's great. And because if we don't do that, and we be victims or we do the 180, it reflects on the kids a lot as well. But our own mindset, I'll stick our head back in the sand.
I always go back to imagine if every day I was just blowing up about her or wondering what she's doing or like I think it's so good to just be in your own lane and just accept things you can't change. You can't change it, it doesn't matter.
Yep. And I think because, we're far from perfect, us males are hard work. I think the woman's emotional, we're very logic, and I think that's where a lot of the couples struggle. But I think we get beaten up a lot, right, as a male and as a dad, and we don't do this and don't do that. But I think that actually helped me kick my own ass and reflect even more and go, I'm not gonna have that stereotype anymore. I'm gonna do the best I can. And I know you've done this, man. You've done it amazingly. Because it's like, no, you, I am not that person. Because people only perceive it the way they do, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a journey, that's for sure. 100%.
So with the business, let's go back to that. Divya, tell us about it. Give us the pitch.
Bro, yeah, it's so good. Obviously, I found my own peace, so now I want to help people find their peace. So it's all about getting outdoors and reclaiming your peace. That's the song I'm going with. And then, I've got a big vision board up behind the laptop here. And it's all about the Indivia hub that I'm going to build. And I've got big visions for where I want to go with it. And it's all about around helping people, really.
Well, do you know what? You know what's really cool? And it goes back to you mentioning the culture and integrity piece. I just asked you to give me a pitch about your business, and we still don't even know the product that your number one product. Now, that's really good because it just shows your values and what you're trying to put out and really what you're doing, right? So now get to the product and how are you helping people?
So it's a camping hammock with mosquito nets. So the hammocks get you outdoors and the nature does the rest.
So what gave you that idea? What triggered it?
So through the study and the course, I get you to do all these modules and stuff, and we just went over heaps of things that we're sort of into, and then you do your modules around sort of what you want to sell and how you want to sell it. And
so my take when I first seen it, because you didn't tell me what you're selling actually. We didn't speak for a little bit. I know you're working on something, you're doing all these courses, and then you just launched and it was really cool, right? And I'm like, a hammock. But I'll tell you something I've learned in the last 6 to 12 months, just researching like tech, the world moving forward and all the stuff, right? The two things are going to kick in the next 5 to 10 years and 20 years is nature and libraries, and they're already going off
Yeah.
because we're becoming more and more tech focused behind the screens, the whole bit, like especially our kids' generation. People are going to be paying for walks, paying for nature, paying like go to libraries just to go back to the traditional space. So when I see in your hammock, obviously suits you down to the ground, right? Suits our hometown. We're in some of the best country in the world, like Victoria, waters, fresh water, everything, right? Like I love it back there. I miss it. You know, from Wodonga to Bright, Harrietville, Murderford, then you got everything around it. Like, and we got the snow. It's pretty amazing to full driving, hiking, you name it, right? Fly fishing, freshwater fishing. So that hammock just like resonates so much with myself. Mine just arrived yesterday. I haven't unpacked it yet, but I got it yesterday. So thanks, man. And I just see you getting it, and you know, once you get the momentum, different types, styles, because people want to get out in nature more and more, like more and more, because we're doing this heaps, which we love, podcasts, behind the screen, tech.
Yeah.
We all love it, but we still need that piece, and that's what's helping me. One of the number one things they reckon is going to be is controlling your nervous system or being part of that industry on supporting people in their nervous system, because we're so highly wired, spun from childhood up to business, fast-paced world. Now, what's one of the best things? Breath work, meditation, nature, all that stuff. Like, I reckon you've nailed it. And where it'll be in a few years, it'll be epic.
I definitely nailed it just through the research that I've done and where I want to go and how to achieve it. So, and I reckon the big unplug's coming. Everyone's going to want to unplug soon. And
can we have a little snippet of what's the next product or what's the next step or stage, or, you know, what are you thinking? Give me something. Come on, mate. No one can see this. Just between me and you.
No, we've been looking at obviously merch. There'll be hats and shirts and sleeping bags and all this stuff to aid the hammock and get you outdoors. So I want to go into beginner camping kits too. So people who've never, I think there's a massive community of people who've never camped. And they don't know where to start. So if you can just sell them a complete kit with a how to do and start small. So I reckon there's a pretty good market there. Yeah, 100%. And it's just building it, and just growing. Like a lot of my sales have come from like Northern Territory, WA, North Queensland, and it's man, how good's that? You see the sale come through, you're like just getting massive reach, and it's just every time you get a little sale or something happens, I just get that bit more belief that it's going to work.
Buzz. So when did you launch? Awesome. What day did you launch? What month? What day?
November last year we launched.
Yep. So
the end of November.
So what are you in now? We're at 3-4 months in now, right? So what are you on the timeline you expected?
Yep. I wanted to launch within 6 months, which I've done, and then I want to be doing it full time within 6 months of launching. So I've got about another 4 months to sort of sort out the full time thing. And then once I go full time, you can just put all your effort into it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But then it's just going to go.
That's
going to explode.
I'm pumped.
But at the moment, I've still got a few distractions, like working that I can't really do much on my work week because we're doing 12-hour days. Like I still get back to the hotel and sit on the computer for an hour or so.
Yep.
But I just think once I can put that, there's about 90 hours a week I do.
Yep.
For the week. So once I can put that into e-commerce, I reckon it's just going to go even bigger. So.
Yeah, that's epic. Have you thought about any partnerships or license or anything with anyone like that yet? Or
I haven't looked at any collabs or anything like that. So trying to work out the content game and get really good at it. Keep studying it and just work out how to get really good at content.
So the great thing with yourself, and you're already doing it, and like I probably learned this off Gary Vee ages ago. It's like, and even now more than ever, he's putting up just tell people about your life, right? Now you got a wicked life and a wicked morning routine. You've changed the game. I hope even talking about this and going back over the journey, it really helps, because, mate, that'll all be, people buy off people, right? And experience and the client experience, right? So getting to know you on the content, you've got a product there, no brainer if it suits, if you're hitting the market that you need to hit. So let's talk numbers and stuff. Are you hitting numbers you want? Are you got sale a day or a couple of week or one a month? Like, you don't have to say it, but just
happy to. So we're definitely not making money. We're not turning a profit at all. We're about 40 grand in the hole.
Yep.
But how good?
Wait till you a couple of hundred in front, and then you'd be like, it was worth it.
Yeah, 100%. I knew it was going to be like this. You just got to keep hooking in and keep putting the work in. But so we've done 7 sales last week, and then
Yeah,
this
what a
week
day.
we've
Average.
done none. Averaging about 2 or 3 a week. Then we've done the 7, which is our best week, and then this week we've done none. So
So you're tracking all that and then looking at your
yeah,
data, maybe why?
yeah, 100%. Getting all the data, and then we do all the content around the data. And
Yeah, cool. So what, so when you do the e-commerce, it teaches me something here, dude. I haven't really done a product before. Mine's mainly always been service. So you go get it made, you do all the work. What was the number that you first had to buy on the first batch? Like, what'd you have to do? Do you have to like to get a number in? Like, is it
as in,
100 you had to buy and you got a certain amount and then the next time is going to be 1,000 or like,
yeah. So all the
run us
different
through that a
suppliers,
little bit.
yeah, all the different suppliers. So you just put a request for quote on Alibaba,
Yep.
and then all the different suppliers have a minimum order quantity, but it's all negotiable. So you just get on there, you negotiate, and you get a few samples sent over. All the samples I got sent over were shit as. They were terrible. So yeah, it took a few months to go back and forth with a few different people, and yeah, a few took the money and couldn't deliver, so you had to get refunds. And
So talk to me about this quality piece then, because you're pretty big on that, right? And I know you will be because, it comes back to your discipline and your routine and all that kind of stuff and your integrity and you want a good quality product.
100%. And all I thought was when someone buys a hammock, I don't want them to think it's shit, or they're spending their hard-earned money. So yeah, we've spent a fair bit of time going back and forth with the manufacturer to make sure it was quality, triple stitched, it was strong, it wasn't going to break. And yeah, I've sent mine up about 15 times now for different content, and we've slept
Yep.
in it overnight, and yeah, no dramas at all.
Yep.
So
So you know exactly how it works, eh?
yeah, pretty stoked with the product, and yeah,
Oh, I'm gonna take mine out at some point and I'll send you a short clip, mate, and I'll give you
yeah,
a little.
sounds good.
Yeah, it'll be wicked. I probably won't know how to set it up. I'll have to get you to give me
Yeah,
instructions. It's pretty easy, you reckon, eh?
to set it up,
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, nice, nice.
Yeah, I wanted to make it simple, and I just wanted to make it easy but still have the good quality, and yeah,
So having my business mind on, and this is what I wanted to question you on a little bit. Since I searched yours and bought yours, and I obviously we're connected anyway. I obviously have all your competitors pop up, right? So this is competitors are great, right? Because that's why you have a business, right? Yeah, it's good not to have too many, but you learn a lot from them too. There's probably a lot there that are new and a lot that have been around a lot longer than you. Give us a
yeah.
take on your competitors. Who's your main one? Who do you learn off? Like,
Yeah, I reckon Nike's probably massive in the
yeah,
space. They're doing huge numbers, man, and yeah, all their content's good as, and yeah, they do every hammock sold, they plant 4 new trees in their space in Kenya, so that's pretty awesome. But
yeah,
I bought a lot of my competitors' hammocks when I was doing the research, and just sort of get what's good and what's not good, and take the pain points from that, and then try and solve them myself. But yeah, the only thing I didn't like about it is all their products come in different bags. So to
yeah.
have the bug net, it's all separate. To have the hammock, it's separate.
Oh,
Have
yep,
the fly net, it's separate. So nothing. I just wanted something to be in the one bag, and I like the reversible option that we done, because you couldn't have the hammock on its own without the fly net. Like, it was
yep.
2 separate things. So I wanted to have it all in one, and I wanted it to be reversible so you can just use it without the bug net as well.
Without it. I did see that on your video, man, yeah.
Yeah.
What's it weigh? Like, if you're hiking and you wanna take it with you, what's it weigh? Is it
Yeah,
easy?
900 grams.
And it just clips on? Can you just clip it on somewhere, tie it off,
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah, normally put it in a bag or tie it on,
Yep.
whatever you're doing, but yeah,
I
perfect for stuff
went
like that. We took it hunting the other day,
yeah.
and yeah, we were walking for about 5 hours, and yeah, you wouldn't even know it's in there.
Actually, speaking of that, has my brother-in-law bought one yet, Nate?
Nah.
'Cause he goes out hunting and lives in a tree, thinks he's still in the army, so I'll have to, I'll G him up to get on and buy one.
Yeah, sounds good.
And actually, I'll probably get him on here. He's got a good history, obviously, the army and going overseas and stuff. So he's got some
Yeah.
good stories.
Be
We'll have
hectic
to.
stories, I reckon.
He does some wicked ones, and
Yeah.
he definitely needs one of your hammocks for sure. So what? I actually went to the camping store the other week. I went camping for the first time in probably a year and a bit. I bought these army camouflage sleeping bags. And they were really lightweight as well. They're a good brand, lightweight. You don't mind paying a bit extra when it's good quality and you get the value out of it, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I was saying, like, you could clip it on. They were easy to open, easy to fold up. I remember back in the day when I was camping, we'd have the triangle tent or the sleeping bag, and you'd spend ages trying to get it back in. Or,
Yeah.
the tent would have water on it the next morning.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Painful, eh?
yeah.
We packed a sleeping bag up on the weekend, and we could not get it back in the bag, eh? Took took three of us, one holding it, one jamming in the bag. It was painful as, but yeah, little
Yeah,
pain
cool.
points like that you can sort of solve and then market around that.
So you've touched on a little bit moving forward. What's next? What's the next 6 months, 12 months, 2 years look like for you?
Well, I've got a 100K run coming up in March,
Oh, wow.
the Buffalo Stampede. So I done the Shaka 24 last year, which was a 12-hour run, and I wanted to hit the 100Ks, but I only got 93.7 in 12 hours. So yeah, I booked a 100K, so I'm definitely going to hit the 100Ks, and I'm going to try and do it in sub 15. And then after that, I'm going to hook back into the boxing and actually have a few fights
Oh, yeah.
when I'm too old. So that's sporting wise. Business wise, we're just going to build in DVR, and we're just going to keep growing, keep scaling, and then go full time and then build the DVR hub.
So can I just touch back on the sport for a sec, mate? You've just quickly, this is you. Mate, let's talk about this 100. How do you prep for it? When is it again? How many weeks you got?
I've only just started training, so I'm going to have probably 6 weeks of hard training.
Like
And
what?
yeah,
Talk me through it. What's the training? What's the discipline?
It'll be strict diet. It'll be a lot of running, a lot of leg work at the gym, a lot of sprints, get the
Yep.
heart rate up. I'm probably going to do running, sprints, leg work at the gym, all my boxing work, and then long runs on a Sunday.
And what's a long run look like for you, dude?
Probably 20Ks, half marathon.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't think you can really prep for it. I didn't train at all for the 100K or the attempt at 100K that I done.
Wow.
That was pretty hard too, because that was a 1.2K loop. So you're just going round and round.
Oh,
12 hours.
the mind would be boring.
Yeah, I was just like, let's go. But
You obviously have some beautiful country to run in and practice and hills and endurance and all that as well, right?
I love running. Even running up the hills this morning, I was just thinking, how good's this?
Yep.
Serenity's unreal. But no, I've never done anything like that. And there's a 6,000 Ks of elevation. So 6,000
Wow.
meters, sorry, 6Ks.
So where is it? Where's it start and finish, dude?
They drive you into the bush. So it's Mount Buffalo, and then you run back into Papunka.
Papunka, yep. So that's your
Yeah.
backyard, right? That's what we are talking about earlier. Amazing,
Yeah.
beautiful place. So I think Papunka and Bright's probably one of my favourite places in Australia, and especially autumn, and that's pretty amazing. So how many weeks you got till this kicks off?
March 28 it is. So
Oh,
what's that?
fuck.
6, 7 weeks of hard training, and then maybe a week off, and then. But I don't know. I'm not one to stress about anything, so I just sort of go, I'm going to do this, and then I just make it happen.
Mate, wicked mindset to have, mate. I love it. It's like glass half full. Let's go. We'll work it out as we go.
Even the other one I've done, I wasn't sure. I've never done a big run before. The first I've ran is about 13K, so I was pretty stoked to get nearly 94Ks. And yeah, now
That's
my
unreal.
mindset around this one is I've already done it, so not that it's going to be easy, but I think like I know I can do it. If that sort of makes sense.
Yeah. So you're already there. Wind the tape
Yeah.
forward, right? Yeah.
So let's see what happens, because I'm prepared. I want to get to these breaking points. Like there's a
That's
few
when you
moments
glow.
in that. Yeah, there was a few moments in that run. For some reason, I just felt like I was going to burst into tears. I was sort of running around the track going, oh.
So so you done 94 Ks. Where do you reckon that first kicked in? Where you're gonna break, gonna do the tears? Like this is the growth. This is the deep work, right? This is where you would have been after that run, that 1-2% extra. Like you're a different person.
100%. You learn a lot about yourself in those tough moments, eh?
So where do you reckon in the run? Like
I reckon 80 to 90 Ks.
that last bit, because you know you're
Yeah,
so close.
I was absolutely depleted, and I was just like, I couldn't even walk. And then I got to start running again, and it's like pretty busted up. After I couldn't walk at all.
How many you would chilled for a week? Have a good relax, slow recovery, light recovery.
No, so I backed that week up with a 10-session week.
What?
Yeah, so I've had the Sunday off because we travelled back because it was in Geelong.
Yep.
And then I went straight back to the gym Monday morning and done 10 sessions. I was pretty stoked, eh? But that Shaka 24 is a pretty good event. It's about suicide and mental health prevention and stuff like that. Just raise awareness for it all. And I was just actually helping out one of my mates who tried to commit suicide, and then he wanted to do something hard. So he booked the race, and he's like, will you do it with me? So pretty good event.
What more determination and reason do you want than do that?
Yeah, it's pretty good. So his sister done it as well, and she got 55 Ks, and then he got a bit over 70. So between us, we nearly got fucking 200 Ks. 12 hours.
That's awesome. So what? Just going back to Indivia, you said the other guys, plant 4 trees. What's in, you got to be selfish to be selfless, right? So you got to get up and stand on your own 2 feet before you start doing that stuff. But what do you have in mind to support, another charity or third party or give back? Let's just say give back. Doesn't matter what it is.
Definitely going to give back to Peter McCallum Cancer Institute, because they're the ones that saved my life. And I always think if I can't without them, I wouldn't be here today. So I always think if I ever come into money or I'm ever in a situation where I can give back, it'll definitely be them.
Yep.
And
Okay,
I plan to as well. So yeah.
So you do you have a relationship still with them now?
Yeah, not really, no. So after I stopped getting treatment or stopped getting checkups, we sort of stopped talking. So, but
Yep.
I've always said, yeah, if I ever come into money or I'm ever in a position to give back, it'll definitely be them. They'll be top of the list.
It still sits with you, right?
100%.
Close
Still
to your heart.
extremely grateful. It cost me absolutely nothing. And they just
Wow.
had I was pretty blown away by the whole setup, from the testing to the surgery. One of the main tumors were on my main artery going down the center, so they had to have a full vascular surgeon team there, and
Yep.
I just went in, they chopped me up and sent me home 10 days later, and it didn't cost me a thing. So, extremely grateful. Even looking back now that I'm a bit older, a bit more mature, gratitude is just a massive part of my life, Like, even thinking about my old man when he was real hard ass when I was younger, like, you just think back now and think, without that, I'm not who I am today. Like, I don't have the respect, I don't have the morals that he bloody bashed into me. So,
Yep. I
huge on
just had
gratitude.
mate, I was just about to ask you about the gratitude because that's the energy I'm getting off you the whole time. Like, you're older, you go back 13 years and you went through that journey and that chapter of your life, and you're still reflecting and going how grateful you are basically, which is amazing. And then you go back to your parents, and when you become a parent as a human, we only know what we know. But obviously, we can either sit on it and be victims and go, that was, or we can grab it and go, that made me where we are today. Let's make it even better and shift it for our next generation or our kids. Now, I just had my stepfather over for a week. He stayed a few days with me, and we talked about this a lot. We actually talk a lot, and he's helped me heaps through life the last 2 years. But we talk about like growing up, and he was a bit of a hard up too, and just how it's made us where we are today. Some things, I agree with, some things I don't. But he only knew what he knew, and we actually talked about his journey heaps the last 12 months, and it was pretty fucked a lot of the points. But he is where he is also, and he's a great guy these days, and he's been fucking my best mate and helped me get through the last 2 years. So it's just
Yeah.
funny how it works out, right? Like,
Funny how it works out. And it's all about perspective, isn't it? When you look back, like my parents had 4 kids by the time they were 20.
no
So they had to
TVs.
sort it out. They had to sort out their own. It's not until you get a bit older and you go through your own shit, you look back and think, imagine what they were going through with 4 little rugrats running around.
No phones, no tech, not
Yeah.
much money, all that stuff. Like, back then, so our parents, and then go back generations, I always say it was like survival mode. And that's the way they were educated, right? Like,
Yeah.
don't waste money, don't waste food. These days it's convenience, and time outweighs everything. That's why we waste food. Money's easy to get, all that kind of stuff. And it's up to us to like draw the line in the sand, I think, and have that expectation and manage it, right? We don't get educated that great off our parents when it comes to money and all that kind of stuff. So we got to grab hold of it, learn what they taught us, and then try and, improve it. Well, that's my take on it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But touching on what you're saying, my parents definitely didn't teach me much about money or
No.
anything like that. They taught me a lot of respect and like good morals and right from wrong. Dad was really good at that. But as
Yep.
far as money and stuff, but I guess that's like you said, you only know what you know. You can only teach what you know.
And do you know when you get that mindset, and I got this years and years ago, right? You only know what you know. It helped me, certain people, usually family, or
Yeah.
forgive what I thought, someone had done wrong by me. Just part of my journey. It's where I am. Do I regret it? No. Would I change it? And I probably wouldn't, man. I wouldn't be sitting here chatting to you about these hard challenges, right, and roadblocks.
Yeah.
And then the resilience we got, right? The resilience we got, it's a challenge over the years, right? But once again, you come back and you go, I'm accountable whether it's going to be a burden to me or whether I'm going to kick ass. Now, you can get 2 siblings that have the same dramas, same problems. One can go stick his head in the sand and blame it, or one can go, this made me. Now, there's definitely no judgment by anyone. I'm just talking about my own self here, and that's always
Yeah.
kept me moving forward and kept the needle moving forward. And I've done that since I left home when I was 15 and then moved away from home when I was 18. And it's just like, get hold of it and make the best out of it.
That's
Yeah.
all you can do, eh? There's no
Yeah.
room for victim mentality.
So,
Because you could always, like, I always go back to my own situation and think, man, I've every excuse in the book
of course
to
you have.
sit there and be like, poor me, rah, rah. But it's like, man, like you said, use it as motivation.
Yep.
Use it. Yeah. And I love my thought process has changed over the last few years. Totally changed, man. Like, and I'm a bit off myself for not thinking like that earlier.
You weren't meant to yet, dude. You weren't meant to.
Yeah,
It's meant to happen when it happens. And mate, I'm the same. Honestly, like
crazy,
it's
eh?
like it's absolutely crazy, right? It's like things happen when they're meant to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
And that's what another thing I go back to my divorce and that I'm just so grateful for it. Now I look back and think how grateful I am because it just put me on this path to where I am now. And I would never have discovered everything I discovered. How good.
talk to me about something that I'm even bigger on now than I ever was about trusting your gut.
Yeah.
Talk to
I
me
wish I
about it.
did. Man, I was married for 13 years, or together for 13, married for 6. And I don't know, I had thoughts about leaving her early on. And there's times where we tried to break up and then we got back together and we just always drawn back, eh? I don't know. It went way longer than what it should have, eh?
Yeah, I think mine did a little bit as well, but it's hard. You're not mature enough and you don't understand the value yourself. And,
Yeah.
as much as I left, and this is genuine because I wanted us both happy, but you still hold on. There's a bit of pride, there's a bit of ego, there's a bit of, hey, I don't want to fail as a dad or a husband.
Yeah.
There's all that stuff, right? But when you get out and you reflect, you're like, yep, probably could have, but I probably needed to stay there. So right now I'm in this new mindset and you're dominating because let's be honest, when you split, dude, and disconnect, it takes a couple of years. So you need to make sure you're strong enough to deal with that. Because I understand now why people get depression or go down the hill. Not that I did, but I kind of I understand sitting in your shit or not being able to sit in your shit and work through it.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't have where mindset strong enough, you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah. I can definitely understand how people fall off, especially in those
And
tough times, man. And it nearly breaks you. You're like,
it does, it does. And
like I laugh about it now and I smile about it now. And I always talk about gratitude. Like,
yep,
but yeah, it sort of downplays how hard it really was. But yeah, I was pretty grateful at the time of the split. I ended up working away a fair bit.
yep.
Like I was home with Lacey, but yeah, getting out of town definitely helped.
The other bit, and I don't know how much you've touched on this, but I have, because I only really did the last 18 months, is the identity piece.
Yeah.
Now, subconsciously, like our subconscious patterns are 95% of our thoughts, right? And they're created by everyone else growing up, right? And our journey. So 5% is conscious. When I went to see Jen, this life coach, she was amazing. It was like, she really taught me a lot about subconsciously I don't want to change it or be accountable or fix my problems because I don't want my identity changed because it got me where I am today.
Yeah.
Now that there, when and the first time I was told I never got it. Now the other bit that comes off the back of that is loving and valuing yourself as of today. Because you're holding on to this identity, you can't solve this bit. And even saying it out loud, going, just fix me. I don't care if my identity changes now. I don't care what people think. But really deep down, I still wasn't ready, right? And it's
Yeah.
only the
Yeah.
last 6 to 12 months that naturally, and you can't fast forward it, I've just come into my own space, outgrown my current environment. So you grow, no judgment, nothing like that. And then your identity is changing and I'm actually really comfortable with it. And then I'm comfortable in my own space because you do all the deep work that we talked about earlier. It's off the charts.
Love it, Paulie.
So,
Yeah, good.
so that identity piece for you, boxer, determination, because it's all the good things that actually create the
Yeah.
identity, and then we don't want to let go. Beating cancer, all that you wouldn't want to change subconsciously for a long time, and then we end up coping mechanisms, we end up all that, because if you shift that, you're going to lose it all, but you actually don't, you grow. Talk to me
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I 100% agree with what you're saying. I love hearing it. And yeah, I think I just lent more into it,
Yep, good on you.
more into
And
the identity of this is exactly who I want to be and this is
yep,
how I'm going to present myself to the world. And I didn't stray from it at all.
good on you, man. That's
So,
epic.
but then I just grew into that person.
Yep.
Like I started feeding the person that I wanted to be. And
Believing.
yeah. And then you end up loving yourself and you're just like, how good.
And there's not much that could, I said it yesterday to someone on the phone. I'm like, in the way I feel at the moment, I've probably had the best couple of weeks I've had in 3 years. And it's like, there's not much that could, and I've got some challenges at the moment still, but I just
Yeah.
not letting me not smile and move the needle forward.
Yeah.
It. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like, there's not much that could hold it up,
Yeah. Love it.
How good. So we've
Yeah,
gone through
good.
your roadblocks, your risks. We know
Yeah.
how resilient you are. What, anything else you wanted to touch on?
No, not really.
So good. So
Yeah.
good. Mate, keep it up. I probably just want to know what outcomes you've probably got of today. Like, what would you get out of it? What would you get out of the chat? Just what comes
Yeah.
to mind?
I think I just love talking to you. I think I know you talk about me motivating you, but yeah, you're definitely someone I've looked up to, and definitely so. I love what you're doing right here with your podcast and everything you do, man. I just in awe of you, and fucking yeah, I appreciate you having me on. And yeah, it's pretty easy to chat for. We've chatted for a fair while, you know what I mean? Just
Yep.
bouncing off each other. So yeah, appreciate you, man, and keep up the good work.
It happens every podcast, mate. I appreciate it more. That it nearly put a tear in my eye. I appreciate this heaps, man, because we can have all these people on and business and all this stuff, but like I even got a young girl that she's so determined. I've been following her. I met her at dinner once, and like even her, like I want all levels. The journey's about everyone because we've all been
100%.
there at different points, and like I could not wait to get you on because mate, I want to expose you more. I get a lot out of you. I know you get a lot out of me. 100%. Something me and Mitch have been talking about is like the next 3 to 6 months is get back on and do a catch up. And I'm going to do that with everyone. So I can't wait to see where Indivia's going to go. Can't wait to see where you're going to be personally. I think what would be really good, Mitch, is after March. What was it? March what? The run?
28.
All right, after March 28, we're doing a quick recap because I want to know how you went. And
good.
Maybe I even come over.
Gonna happen.
I might even come over and support you for it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, wicked. Pumped. And shout out to who should I get on here? This is what I ask everyone. Give me one or two
Gary
names.
Brecker.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Gary's my idol, man.
Mate, how good is he? How good?
Yeah, I love him. He's who I discovered, man. He got me on the carnivore diet and all through his podcast and all the stuff I take it from him. And yeah, he changed my life. I actually sent him a message on Instagram telling him, I just want you to know that your message is heard loud and clear from a little country town, Wodonga in Australia. And he actually replied, man. How good.
Wicked. He is the Michael Jordan, right? Human biologist.
He's changing lives, eh? And that's what I want to lean into. How good does it feel to change people's lives and inspire people and it'd
be really good, and this will make you a bit vulnerable. Next, pick a morning when you jump in the ice bath. I know you do every morning because I watch it. Ask the question, who's been following this and who is this help motivate, dude? Ask that question.
Yeah.
And you know what? If no one answers, ask again in another month.
Yeah. Well, I've already got heaps of messages today telling me how much. Yeah. And I'm just like, it's crazy to me, because I'm like, you're just sort of doing your ice bath, doing your normal routine. And yeah.
Tell me one message that really hit you.
Oh, just anyone messaged me saying how it inspires them and they're in a really bad spot and it's just helped them and lights up their day. They love watching the videos and I'm like, man, how good. A 1 minute video every day getting in the ice bath. You know, someone watches it and feels better. And even posting like all your ups and funny moments and stuff and like all just laughing together. But when they're laughing, they're not thinking about all the that's going on, you know what I mean?
How good. How good.
So good.
Love it, mate. I'll let you know when I'm coming home. And thanks for coming on. I think that's a take, man. I fucking loved it. It was your energies. I didn't think I could get my energy anymore, but talking to you it raises the bar. Good. Love it. And say good day to Lace, me dad for me.
Will do, babe.
He snaps me here and there. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, good.
All right, man. See ya.
All right, legend. Thanks heaps. Love ya.
Right. Yeah. Take care.